A popular Omaha destination is a concern tonight. It's tied to a reported assault, crowds of kids getting in trouble, and officers using pepper balls to break up fights. Our Bella Caracta has more on discussions about how to respond to the problem.
John, twice in less than a week, police have had to break up large groups of kids getting in trouble at Leahy Mall. The Omaha Police Officers Association took to social media to ask the community their suggestions on what can be done so that this doesn't keep happening. Among more than 150 comments, dozens suggested a curfew for unaccompanied minors, and several others proposed fines for parents of unruly kids.
A fight Monday night at 9:30.
Assault in progress, 11th and Farnham. There's one person getting jumped out on the ground with about 50 people on location.
Pulled 12 Omaha police officers to Leahy Mall.
It's chaos, and there was chaos for those officers working that day.
Something similar happened 2 days before, on Saturday night. And in mid-March, officials closed the park early for the same reason. Groups of kids fighting. It's a place that's supposed to be a destination. A place to enjoy music, the outdoors, and play. Omaha police officer Patrick Dempsey and the secretary for the Omaha Police Officers Association says this happens too often.
So these parents of these juveniles need help in this problem.
Leahy Mall sits in Councilwoman Juanita Johnson's district. She says she recently sat down to discuss the issue with stakeholders. She told me on the phone, quote, "We're all keeping a vigilant eye on the situation. We're hoping that this was isolated and that there really isn't a need to change our standards." Considering this has happened before, I asked her how often, in her opinion, this needs to occur for her to consider intervening. She said an average of once a week.
The Omaha Police Officers Association says they're pushing for stricter penalties for violent minors, considering the current law, they say, doesn't allow them to detain minors in many instances. On your side in the studio, Bella Caracta, 6 News.
And updates